According to BBC Igbo, journalists Chioma Obianunwa and Nnamdi Agbailo were at the Adoration camp to interview MBAKA when they were attacked. Ejike MBAKA, spiritual director of Adoration Ministry, ENUGU, Nigeria, and his staff allegedly beat up 2 BBC journalists and their driver and confiscated their mobile phones and media equipment on Wednesday. According to BBC Igbo, the journalists Chioma Obianunwa and Nnamdi Kanu were at the Adoration camp to interview the Reverend Father. According to Obianunwa, the attack happened after they have waited for the Catholic priest for 3 hours. She said, we came to interview Father MBAKA in Adoration camp, but he told us to go and wait for him in his house, which is also in the camp. We waited for some hours before he came to see us. When he saw us, he started to show resentment, saying we had written bad news about him in the past. Father MBAKA then ordered his boys to take our cameras, cell phones, and beat us. BBC Igbo quoted Obianunwa as saying, the attack might not be unconnected with an interview Reverend Father Ikedizi granted to BBC Igbo, where he criticized MBAKA for involving in political issues, which he said was inappropriate. The BBC added. Okay. It is very, very difficult to believe this story. Very, very difficult to believe this story, but believe you me, anything can really happen. But that is what it is said. We are still going to be hearing from the Reverend Father and from the other people as well. The Reverend Father and his team and his boys, according to what the BBC has said. We are going to hear from them before we know actually what actually happened. What actually happened, because this story is difficult to believe, in honesty, because you say, oh, how can a man of God do such a thing? How can he order them to beat you? He said they beat them, not that they only seized their camera, not that they confiscated their whatever, but they beat them to that extent. I think the highest, if at all, in a normal climb, in a normal day, on a normal day, if you don't want to grant any interview, I'm sorry, or instead of waiting for the, at least that would have been the best thing. But for him to go ahead and order his boys, or order the boys to go and attack them and take their cameras, I don't think they have resorted to that. Just like I said, we can't just take this whole thing from this BBC Igbo, the Igbo journalists or from the BBC. So we just have to keep our finger crossed, because very soon Father MBAKA will release his statements. It definitely will release his statements, and we'll know what actually happened. Just like I said, every normal human being will just like, oh, this cannot happen. It's not possible. A pastor would now go, or if a man of God will go to that extent, of course his name is going to be at stake. Definitely. Well, get yourselves busy with human capital development like Father MBAKA, fake news reporter, and leave him alone. Father MBAKA is too busy putting smiles on the faces of poor masses. Please leave him to live longer for us. I don't know what this means, whether he did it or not. So because of that, does it mean he has rights? Because some people, when they just make statements, they just want to support anybody. The only thing, if you really want to support the man, you are just going to say, you don't think that the man would do such a thing. The highest would have said, I don't want to grant interview, I don't want to answer or take any questions from you. But for you to now say, oh, because he's putting smiles on the faces of the people, then he can do and undo, which I'm not saying he did that, because if you are supporting, because with the statement made by this particular person, it shows that, oh, whatever he must have done, it is inconsequential. What is important to him or to her is that the man is doing good work and is putting smiles on the faces of the people. But if there's anything to go by with what happened, I don't think that should have been the right thing, because it can be sued, which I don't even want to believe until we are going to hear from him. In no distant time, definitely he's going to issue out his statement. He's going to issue out his statement. Well, this kind of reporters, stupid reporters, why not go and interview your president for not appearing before the House of Reps? You want MBAKA to say A, you will come out to tell us that he said E. BBC Igbo is evil. But why not this stupid evil BBC Igbo go for Obigbo, River State? That's true. Oh my goodness, everybody's just afraid in this country. You don't even know where to put leg. You don't even want to what to say at a particular time. Everybody just scared. The atmosphere is tense. The atmosphere is tense, and the so-called politicians are not even taking cognizance of this thing because they are swimming in money. They are swimming in money real time, so they are not even seeing all of this. Everybody is just like, what is that, what is that, what do you mean, what do you this and that's it. So everybody is just angry. That's what is happening. People should leave this man alone. Nobody has even said anything whether what the man did is right or whether he did it or they are just lying against him, and they have not said so. But like I said, I wouldn't want to say anything concerning that. They have said their own part of the story. We are still going to be hearing another story from the masses or from the so-called man of God. They will be able to align the whole thing together, whether it's going to justify the issue based on what they are saying, because they said they have written bad things against him before now, whether it is his boys or those who are his loyalists that just took a decision or just take laws into their hands. It could be it could be possible that way. It could be possible that way. The man might not even know. Of course, it might really happen that some people did that, but for him to now say, "Oh, you go and do this. Oh, you go and do that. You go and do this," because I don't think it will be proper for him to do that. Which I doubt if he's going to do that, because he's going to dent his image the more. Maybe the so-called supporters or his people are just overreacting, overzealous, because quite believe, because if he does that, it's going to dent his image the more now. It does things don't work that way. It's going to dent his image the more, and that's why we are expecting him to say something. That because they are telling us now that maybe because they have written bad thing about him. Okay, the attack might not be unconnected with an interview Reverend Father Ike Dieze granted to BBC Igbo, where he criticized MBAKA for involving in political issues, which he said was inappropriate. Okay, that is the justification or the reason why they feel that the man must have done that. They don't even know actually why he did what he did, according to them. Just like I said, until we are going to hear from him, they are just insinuating that maybe that could have prompted his action. But I still believe, I'm just making excuse for him, that it could be that it's his members or boys, according to what they said, that it is his boys, that he ordered his boys to attack them. Maybe they were just overreacting, overzealousness. He might not send them. Maybe they just acted on their own volition. Definitely something will definitely come up from his own side. So guys, leave your comment below and let's have your take.